Hello beautiful friends, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I don't have anything to plant. I don't necessarily have a project going on, but I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys a little bit about the midsummer ho-hum woes that you may or may not be experiencing if you are a beginner gardener. And I kind of wanted to give you some troubleshooting advice and tips on this video to maybe help encourage you in the growth process, because I know this time of the year sometimes things can just seem to stunt, they can slow, they can just kind of seem to be petering out, and you might be trying to figure out what's going on. So the video today is here to help you address those issues. So let's go on ahead and jump into some troubleshooting tips on what you can do to beat those midsummer garden woes. Okay, let's go. Okay, beautiful friends, so tip number one is probably going to seem maybe a little odd if you're a beginner gardener, but it's really simply not overwatering. Overwatering can cause a whole lot of different issues, from stunting to root rot to leaf rot, excess blight issues. I know in especially the really high temps of summer, it's tempting to overwater your plants, but I'm going to encourage you in this moment to not do that. Give your plants a break. Give the soil a chance to dry out, not to the point of being powdery, but just to the point where it's loose and it's going to fall out of your hands and basically not leave a smear. Let me show you an example. So this is what I mean. You can see it still looks pretty moist overall, right? So we've got moisture in there obviously, but it's loose. It's kind of sifting a little bit like sand, but not quite like sand. So that's really the texture and consistency that you want it to dry out to. After that, you can go on ahead and water. But this is going to end up helping you in the long run, especially if you're a beginner gardener and you're wondering what's going on with your plants. That's going to be the number one troubleshooting thing to start with. Okay, so let's go on ahead and move on to tip number two, which is at this time of the year, your plants are in their production mode. So they are trying to set those fruits and those vegetables that you're looking for. But the problem is if you don't feed the plants, if you don't give them some nutritional boost around this time, they're not going to be able to do what they need to do to give you the produce. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're just going to add a little bit of liquid fertilizer. Since all of our beds are so full, adding a dry fertilizer is going to be a little bit of a challenge, and I will refer you over to my worm tea video in this moment so that you can check that out and learn how to make your own homemade liquid fertilizer. But adding that in is a super duper easy way to increase your plant production and overall health, and it also prevents pests and disease. I mean, win all the way around. So let's go on ahead and get these guys fertilized. Okay, beautiful friends, so tip number three in this instance is going to be simply adding a little bit of shade. So this time of the year, it is a little bit challenging to get things along the lines of cucumbers and tomatoes to grow on when we have really warm nights and then really hot days. So tomatoes typically don't set fruit if the temperature is over 70 degrees at night. The other problem that can come about with tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers during this time of the season is just the high UV will scorch the leaves or scorch the fruit. So some things that you can do is obviously not watering in the evenings and making sure to bottom water or just water the soil and not have anything on the leaves. That is an option. But even still, sometimes these plants just need a little bit of a break from the intense heat. So that can look as simple as putting up an umbrella in your space. You could go on ahead and do an arched panel and do a type of shade barrier cloth over the top of it, just to give your plants a little bit of time to relax, I guess you could say. Time to cool down. That's kind of essential in the summer. for us as well as for our plants. We need that time to be able to cool down, and I know for us, that's been a little bit hit and miss. The evenings have only just now gotten down into the 70s. They were staying in the high 80s at night. So really overall, the tomatoes hadn't been producing for me personally until now. So if this has been a problem for you, that might be something that you will want to look at trying in your space as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed these gardening tips. In the middle of summer, I know that there are some challenges and troubleshooting things that can arise. If you have any other questions that I did not address in this video, go on ahead and drop me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to be able to help you right where you are. And don't forget to sign up for the wait list. I have a new small space gardening guide that's going to be coming to you very soon. And joining that wait list is completely free to you. You'll get early bird access to the guide as well as a very big discount. So, I mean, win, win, win. And also at the end of this video here, I'm going to be including some other videos on some fertilizing techniques and things that you can do in a small space to basically help you grow more abundantly, shall we say, right where you are. So, as always guys, keep it simple, natural and essential. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.